Good afternoon, Abbotsford residents. I'm in beautiful Mission, BC. Last night at the Mission Council was the meeting over Orion Construction's job. I want to talk to you about that. When illegal soil was being hauled out of the Abbotsford Old newspaper site that's owned and run by Diverse and Ron Funk, Henry's partners, into Chilliwack, I, along with a bunch of other people, went to the Chilliwack City to see Ken Pop-Up and told him what was happening with the illegal soil that had asbestos, osmosis, creosote, all the chemicals. Ken Pop-Up right away did what a guy is supposed to do to look after his community when he's elected. Him and his staff at the city of Chilliwack said, Ross Siemens is taking a shit in my backyard, and he red-carded the Abbotsford site, reaching in. That meant that man had no ties into Abbotsford's corruption. But in Mission, there was a little problem. Pamela Alexis was laying in bed with Michael De Jong. When Ross Siemens was running for mayor, along with me, Manji Soy, and Troy Gasper, it was Darren Brown that leaked. He said if Manji Soy gets the story out that Ross is hauling the dirt from his gas station, the Hub, contaminated soil here in the Mission, to Sylvester Creek, and all the fish get contaminated. This whole mountain came from Ross Siemens. We would have a scandal like a Stormy Daniels scandal. I knew that right now and then. The first place I headed was here. The second place I headed was to Pamela Alexis. The third place I headed was to Mission City. And the fourth place, above all, was the Abbotsford newspaper, Ken and Vicky Hopes. They should have scandaled Ross. That would have then made a fair election and he would have been out. In return, Henry Brown got the Abbotsford newspaper to block me, take no ads, run nothing on Ross, and use the Abbotsford police to scandal and chase me to get me out of the election. They allowed Troy Gasper to run, but I was blocked. This is Ross Siemens' whole contamination. So last night, at the City of Mission, over the Orion construction job, Ken Arar said it was illegal. It was. Pamela Alexis did the illegal act over in Abbotsford to run a job through for Orion on a proposal for Henry. Last night, that decision went like this. Paul Horn went all red in his face. How dare you say that? He couldn't get his white color back once Ken Arar poked him. Some people in the Mission City were saying, Mission doesn't got an evacuation plan. Let me tell you about that evacuation plan. When that meeting was over, Paul Horn packed his shit and he flew out the door right away. That's the evacuation plan. These jobs and these dirty illegal sites been carrying on. It was Darren Brown that leaked this. That House City officers, bylaw officers, and the councillors were being paid off. It's only in Abbotsford Mission Henry Brown was controlling that. That is why that scandal didn't come on Ross Siemens. Henry was loading Ross Siemens. He needed to load him to keep the scandal off the houses he damaged and all the other stuff he was running through. This here is illegal soil. This should have had Pamela Alexis right now on it and telling us Minister of Ag we're taking Ross Siemens' gas station and we're seizing it for the cleanup. He poisoned Sylvester Creek along with his dad. Henry Brown leaked in and made him a promise. He used the Abbotsford police to block everything and stalk me. This is the man, Ross Siemens, that damaged homeowners' houses when he took over for Henry Brown and allowed Henry's son in front of him of a conflict of interest to scam jobs and dirty deals through. This stuff needs to come to a stop. So I'm live, ladies and gentlemen, right here. So I tell Paul Horn to grow a set of balls and go after Pamela Alexis, because right now, from Darren Brown telling me when this was happening, you're too close, too much is going on, And that is not acceptable for us in Abbotsford or for your own residents. Live on Sylvester Road, Paul Horn.